Hi everybody, Chris Stokes from Custom Fitness Personal Training Studio. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to create an excuse for something that you don't want to do? Now, the other day we were talking about procrastination and kind of getting rid of that, working through that, and finding ways to make sure that things are getting done. So if you haven't seen that information, feel free to click on over to that one. But today we're talking about excuses. Kind of goes along with the procrastination, except that it's almost got a little different twist to it, right? So long ago, I worked at Emerald College for about 13 years, and when I was there, I noticed that a lot of people would have the excuse of, well, I would go to the gym, but the parking is horrendous, and it takes me 5 minutes to walk in from the back side of the park. Keep in mind, they were coming to work out. So, they were worried about getting in too much walking before they came in to warm up to get their workout in. But outside of judgment and those kinds of things, which we don't want to do, it just caused, an excuse for somebody not to want to come and work out. And I even had a client at one time that would circle the block 3 or 4 times to look for the closest parking spot, and if she didn't find one right up next to the gym, she wouldn't come in and she'd call me and cancel the session, which was always a fun day. So, we had that situation. Then before we were blessed with being able to have this brick and mortar studio, we, had times that I worked out of a church, several churches actually, and, churches can be big. The one that I happened to be working in had 3 different buildings to it. It had different floors in each building. And so I would tell people exactly where I was working at, which room I was be in, and how that would work. And they still, you drive up to a building like that, it kind of gives you that nervous feeling of, well, I don't really know what I'm doing and where I'm going, and I don't really want to be doing this anyways. And so they wouldn't stop. They wouldn't come in for the class or for the training session or whatever it was unless I came out to the door and personally walked them in, which, if you know me at all, that's who I am. So, I try to make sure that I take away people's excuses. So once I figured out that that was the problem at Emerald College and at the church, I would go and stand outside and wait for the people, and then I would help them walk in. Or we'd go and meet them at the back of the park and we'd do part of their workout on the way into the building. There's always a way to get things done. It's just a matter of if you're kind of thinking outside the box to do that. So what are your excuses? Is it the fact that tomorrow's Christmas Eve or Christmas and you're so busy, you're not going to get it done, you're wrapping presents, you're shopping, you're getting all these things going on? Or is it that you've got kids going in 90 different directions and you're going to events and you're doing all these things? Whatever your excuse is, if you stop and take a minute and really think outside the box, now you may have to look at it from somebody else's perspective or ask for someone else's help to look at kind of your situation and see, okay, where do you see a gap that I have time to work out, or that I have time to do my food prep, or that I have time to just take 5 minutes to breathe? And so we've got to kind of take a step back, get out of the box, and really think about, where can I do this, how can I do this, and what can I do? So I want to tell you a little bit today about kind of what we do here at Custom Fitness. Maybe it'll give some ideas to you as to what you could do, or maybe it'll be the extra information that you need to kind of kickstart the idea of getting started with somebody like us to help with accountability. So how do we help our clients with the no excuse thing? Well, we keep them accountable. We check in on them. We make sure that their workouts are going well, that they're getting in what they're supposed to be getting in. And the minute that we find that they're not, again, kind of that support person that we were just talking about, we sit down and recreate a plan. We create something new that fits in with their current life issues that they're having that are causing them to not be able to be as healthy and fit as they'd like to be. So that's number 1. Number 2 is, we've got clients that go in and out of town, or they've just got so much going on, they really can't find an hour each day to work out. That's fine. Most of our workouts are actually closer to 30 minutes, but sometimes it's even hard to find 30 minutes to get it in. So if that's the case, we actually write custom programs for those clients to make sure that they've only got maybe 2 to 5 exercises to get done. It takes them 10 minutes max, and they're finished. Is that going to get them in the best shape of their life? No, but it is going to help them maintain the results that they've gotten. It's going to help to raise their metabolism. So if you were to do, say, 2 to 5 exercises tomorrow on Christmas Eve or on Christmas Day before you go and overload on the food that you might be eating and kind of going through, it's not going to keep you from gaining everything, but it's going to help to boost your metabolism to help you burn off some of that fat faster. So that way then you won't be as likely to store as much of the fat as what you're consuming, and as you would otherwise without working out. So those are just a few ways. We also make sure that workouts can be done with equipment or without equipment, so that way then if all you've got is your body and you've got a yoga mat space, you can get a workout in. We also offer virtual sessions where you can do almost kind of like a Skype or FaceTime, where we can see you and you can see us. And so that way, then if somebody comes in and they're like, you know what, my house is being repaired and I've got to wait on this person to get here and I just can't make it to my session, we can still do a virtual that day and make sure they get it in. The flexibility is also important, especially for you at home. If you're not working with a professional, making sure that you're flexible in your schedule. You do want to schedule that time on your calendar for you, but sometimes everything breaks loose and you just don't have control of your schedule. So that's where you've got to know, well, I didn't get my workout in this morning, but I know that I can get something in this evening. Whenever I am at home, I can get 10 minutes in and be done, and at least have that done for today. With trainers, as far as our schedule goes, we work as a team, so we're able to flexibly schedule anybody from 5 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. and we can, be flexible with that throughout the time. If somebody knows that they've got something coming up, they can't make their morning workout, then we try our best to get them in the evening or on a different day or something to really help them make sure that they're getting that accountability. So I hope that gives you some ideas to kind of start thinking about. But do think, as you're coming up on January, everybody uses the word resolution. It's such a terrible word because resolutions are something that we make and we break. But really committing to the idea of better health and better fitness for you and your family. As you're thinking through that, really start to hone in on those excuses that you might have, even if you haven't thought of them yet. What might come up, what could come up, and then start to prepare for those situations, because if it might come up or it could, you're likely to have that happen. So we want to make sure that you've got a plan, an action plan for no matter what excuse comes up, that you've got an idea of what to do. So if you would like our help on making sure that there aren't any excuses and making sure that you're getting it done, that you've got the accountability that you need, we'd love to be able to help you out. Feel free to give us a call, 806-322-3188. And we've also got our early bird special still going on for our downsize program, where a downsize is that if you lose up to 15 inches, you get the program for free, you get your money back. And that's pretty awesome in itself. But right now, for the early bird, if you sign up before January 1, then you're going to get an extra free private training session each week. So when you sign up for the VIP program, then that means you'll be getting 2 private training sessions each week for the price of 1 session, which is really a great deal because we throw in that extra private training session for free. So I hope that you got something great out of today. Now, instead of making an excuse, make a reason that you can. We'll talk to you soon.